93 driving dunk so you can absolutely body any opponent in the paint, a 95 ball handle so you can get ankle breaker after ankle breaker, a 94 3-point rating so you can spark threes from deep consistently, and a 91 steal rating so you can grab every lane steal and be your very own lockdown defender. This one-of-a-kind build has a 90 overall plus stat in every single category. It is so good that 2K decided to actually put it in the game and gave me 500,000 VC just for coming up with it. And now I'm gonna give it to y'all. Pause. But I'm also giving you a way to make this build for free, because I will gift one lucky person watching this video a free copy of NBA 2K25 as well as 100,000 VC. All you have to do to win is make sure you subscribed with notifications on, then comment down below what NBA player you think is going to star in my next 60 to 99 overall no money spent challenge. That's right, I've already started recording my next one and it should be uploaded in the middle of March, so comment down below who you think it's about, and in 24 hours you'll see a pinned comment showing which one of y'all won. Now I'm about to give y'all the build, the badges, the jump shot, everything you need to know to dominate with this build. But first, if Victor Wembanyama scores just 1 point this week, you can win a ton of money on today's sponsor, Underdog. And it's super easy too, because all you have to do to make some extra money is pick higher or lower on your favorite player's projected stats. And the more you get right, the more you win. It's that simple. So make sure to click the link in the description, sign up for Underdog using code GRINDING, and you will get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Thank you to Underdog for sponsoring this video, and let's get into it, yo. Alright y'all, first things first, we gotta make the build. And the cool thing about this being a community build is all you have to do is go right here to the community build section, pick right or left-handed depending on which side you like to fade more. If you like to fade to the left, you're gonna pick right-handed, and if you like to fade to the right, you're gonna pick left-handed. That's because the opposite hand fade is quicker than the same side hand. After that, you're gonna be taken to the community build section, and if you want this build that has a 90 plus attribute in every single category, you're gonna want to scroll twice until you see a two-way inside-out ISO creator made by yours truly, Simply Grinding. And we're gonna go over the main stats so you understand exactly why everything is set up the way that they are, and then I'm gonna walk y'all through some changes you could make to absolutely min-max this build, and of course where to put your cap breakers, the animations, everything you need to know. So first off, you have a 93 driving dunk, which before this season would have actually been kind of troll because the dunk meter was not good. But after 2K buffing the dunk meter and contact dunk success in this latest patch, contact dunks are absolutely broken. Not as broken as they were in 2K24, but almost there. Which means with this 93 driving dunk and 80 vertical, you are going to be getting a ton of contact dunks. Not necessarily because you have gold posterizer, but because you unlock a ton of contact dunk packages with these ratings. And trust me y'all, there is nothing more satisfying in this game than getting a contact dunk on the opposite team's center with your tiny little point guard build. After that, we have a 92 3-point rating. The reason we don't have a 94 or a 95 is because we opted to having a 6'7" wingspan. Defense is super important to me on this game, and with a 6'7" wingspan and the defensive stats that we're going to go over in a sec, you can actually run the primary lockdown defender for your team as well as the primary ball handler slash point guard for your team. You're literally going to be the MVP with this build. And it's no secret that shooting isn't very hard on this game, especially after all the buffs they did from season 1. In season 1, it was genuinely difficult to green consistently. Now it feels like any other 2K. So a 92 3-point rating, which is going to give you gold set shot specialist, and then we're also going to put our max +1 on set shot specialist to make it Hall of Fame. So you get all of these 90 plus attributes and you still get Hall of Fame shooting badges. After that, we have a 92 ball handling rating and a 91 speed with ball. Now I'm going to say this right now, if you have any cap breakers whatsoever, meaning if you're starter 3 or starter 4 and above, 3 of your cap breakers are gonna go onto ball handle to give you a 95 ball handle. You can even put 4 on it to get Hall of Fame unpluckable. I don't think it's really necessary, but if there's no other place to put those cap breakers that make sense, then sure, you can have a 96 ball handle as well. But the reason you want a 95 ball handle is so you can unlock the best dribble moves in the entire game. More specifically, the Steve Francis signature size up, the fastest speed boost in NBA 2K25. It's super important that you get that dribble move. Now don't get me wrong, you can use this build without a 95 ball handle and you will be perfectly fine. But with Steve Francis, everything is just gonna be quicker. You're gonna get to the basket quicker, you're gonna get open for 3 quicker. It just makes makes your life a whole lot easier. And then to finish off playmaking, we have a 77 pass accuracy, which is actually a little higher than you truly need if you're not running the 5s consistently. So if you're running Pro and Rec, 77 is perfectly fine. But if you're running 2s and 3s, you can actually lower this, which we're going to talk about later. Now, so far we have a 90 plus stat in finishing, 90 plus stat in shooting, 90 plus stat in playmaking, and now we have a 90 plus stat in our defense, which is going to be a 91 steal and an 85 perimeter defense. Like I said, for my community build, I wanted it to be able to do it all. You do not have to rely on teammates with this build. So a 91 steal obviously gives you gold glove and gold interceptor, but with the 6'7" wingspan, that gold interceptor feels like Hall of Fame. You can jump every single lane and you get rewarded a lot of the times you make a read. Not to mention the fact that you can guard your opponent's primary ball handler with ease. I absolutely love the defense on this build. I'm not sure if y'all caught my 2K TV interview with Alexis and LD, but we were actually playing against a 6'8" inside out point guard who was posting me up and drop stepping in the paint, and I got a massive 5 stops on him in a row with just a 46 interior defense. Literally won us the game with my defense. LD even says it. And that's why we opted in to put a little interior defense on the build, but mainly it's because of our wingspan being able to get a contest even if the player is much taller than us. And then finally for the physicals, I opted into an 86 speed, an 80 agility, and an 80 vertical. 80 vertical is obviously for the contact dunk animations. We need to make sure that we got every animation that we wanted for peak fun. 86 speed is so we can run the fast break as quickly as possible, and an 80 agility is for our lateral quickness, aka our defense. Now this was the first build I ever made on NBA 2K25, literally my day 1 build. And fun fact, the actual most viewed build video on YouTube for NBA 2K25. I'm not kidding, it has nearly 1 million views because people loved using this build. And the only change I would make from a build that I made all the way back in September is I would lower the pass accuracy down to a 71 because I mainly play 2s and 3s on this build. I don't really play 5s. And I would either up the speed to an 88 or I would up the agility to an 85. You would up your speed to an 88 if you want your passing lane steals to be quicker, if you want to be able to run the fast break quicker, just anything off ball, that's why you would upgrade your speed. And you would upgrade your agility to be quicker if you want to be faster on defense. Now, if you choose to go speed, you'll be able to go up +2 on speed, and if you choose agility, you'll be able to go up +5 on agility. That is a choice completely up to y'all. You can even mix and match it and go like 87 speed, 84 agility if you don't want to all in on one of the stats. But then after whatever you choose for speed and agility, I would upgrade our standing dunk to be a little higher so our player can actually get standing dunk animations on backdoors and things of that nature. But yeah, literally that is the only change I would make, is lower the pass accuracy and raise something else up. And it doesn't have to be speed or agility. It could be your steal, it could be your perimeter defense, it could be whatever you want that you don't see on this build that you really want to have. I'm just telling you that my suggestion is the only thing you lower in this build. If you're going to lower anything, it is going to be your pass accuracy. But obviously if you make the build as is, you're going to get the name two-way inside out ISO creator. And if you click test build, you can actually see all of my animations on the build with some exceptions. So if anything was custom, they couldn't put it in this screen. So for example, my dunk styles and my jump shot, it doesn't show y'all that because they're all custom made. But don't worry, I'm gonna show y'all that in this video. That's what this video is for. But literally all the dribble moves I have put on are on this build. The only one that's different is signature size up Trae Young, because once I put my cap breakers on my ball handle to make it a 95, I changed my signature size up to Steve Francis. Another one that I frequently change is my escape moves from Trae Young. I change it to Steph Curry sometimes because I like that one as well. But I flip back and forth, so Trae Young makes sense here too. But everything else is exactly correct. So for those of y'all that be asking me about my dribble moves in these clips, these are the dribble moves that I use. Now for the rest of this video, let me get on my actual two-way inside out creator. And you can see the created date was on September 3rd of 2024. I literally made this day 1 of NBA 2K25 and it is still just as dominant today. Now first things first, the jump shot that I use on this build, it is a starter 4 jump shot. So you can only use this if you're starter 4. And that jump shot is base Kevin Porter Jr., release 1 Oscar Robertson, release 2 D'Anthony Melton. The blending is 75% Oscar, 25% D'Anthony Melton, 75% release speed. In the visual cue, I put it a little bit above push. And for those of y'all that are visual cue learners, your green window is going to be at the peak of your jump shot right before you flick your wrist. So right when your player rises up, right before he's about to flick his wrist, that is where you release it to get a green. Like I said before, these are my dribble moves. The only ones I've changed are signature size up Steve Francis, and I switched between Trae Young and Steph Curry escape moves. So y'all are all up to date on my dribble moves for sure. Dribble pull up, Pro 2, self-explanatory, best dribble pull up in the entire game. Motion style, Jalen Suggs. This boosts your offense, okay? This makes your offense quicker. If you want a defensive motion style, it is going to be Alex Caruso. So you can see right here, I have Alex Caruso as an option as well, and Pascal Siakam is for my big man. But yeah, it's either Jalen Suggs for offense, Alex Caruso for defense. And the dunks I have equipped are basically just all the contact dunks that we got in the builder. So for 2 foot, we have pro and small contact dunks. For 1 foot, we have pro and small contact dunks. For signature dunks, the only ones I have equipped are Devin Booker, Anthony Edwards, Michael Jordan, John Morant, Russell Westbrook, and Klay Thompson. I found that the other ones would get me blocked a lot, so these are just the quickest ones to get the 2 points. For alley-oops, we have pro and elite. I don't put on Zion Williamson. For contact alley-oops, we have also pro and elite. And that is all of our dunks. I'm going to flip through it real quick just in case I didn't mention one that is obviously equipped. Oh, quick drops off 1, which I'm pretty sure you unlock whenever you hit starter 4. So if you're starter 4, you'll have this one as well. But those are all my dunk packages. And finally, my first 6 cap breakers, I put 4 on ball handle to get 96 ball handle, and I put 2 on 3-point shot. Now you only need to put 3 on your ball handle. I just put a 4th one because I didn't like to put it on anywhere else. I didn't see a need for like a 92 steal or something like that. But as you can see, these 2 stats being cap breaker has helped my badges a lot. We have a ton of gold and Hall of Fame badges with the 94 3-point shot now. And like I said, the way we were able to get Hall of Fame set shot specialist is by max plus 1ing it. And I also max plus 1 slippery off ball to get that Hall of Fame as well. For your badge elevators, I recommend badge elevatoring posterizer right away. I know you start with it on silver and it's supposed to go up 2, but posterizer is probably one of the hardest badges to get when you don't have the badge, if that makes sense. So silver posterizer, you're not going to be getting as many contact dunks as you would with gold, so it's hard to upgrade it naturally when you're not able to get the contact dunks that you need to upgrade it. You get what I'm saying? And then finally, for my takeover, I decided to use this satellite takeover, which raises my 3-point to a 99 rating, raises my speed to a 93, and raises my mid-range to an 89, as well as give me the deep bomber takeover, which I personally think is the best takeover in the entire game. Now, if you are not starter 4 and you want an elite jump shot to dominate the park with on this build, make sure to check out my jump shot video. I covered the best jump shots in the entire game for every single build and every single rating. But other than that, y'all, that is pretty much it. I hope y'all have as much fun with this build as I do. I absolutely love it. Thank y'all so much for watching. I love you all, and as always, keep grinding.
Ballin', 2K we never be falling. Rachel she never be calling. Still hitting shots while they steady be taunting. Ballin', 2K we never be falling. Rachel she never be